This is video of my first time ever doing stand-up comedy. What should have been my last time ever doing stand-up comedy. This is from 2009, and as you can see, the cell phone video quality has gotten much better in 14 years, but I have not at comedy. Just kidding, I think I'm pretty funny. I'm actually headlining this same comedy club. This was Giggles in Seattle, Washington, which is now Laughs in Seattle, Washington, and I'm headlining January 20th and 21st. 14 years later, I finally made it. The comedy club owner once told me that if he were president and someone kidnapped him and had to get the nuclear launch codes out of him, all they would have to do is play a video of my first time doing stand-up comedy, which was very funny and rude and accurate. So let me know how far into the video you make it. Leave a comment and let me know at what point would you give up the nuclear launch codes. And also come see me do comedy good now. So, January 20th, 21st, Seattle, Washington. Let's go.
Nervous, kind of excited, because the last time I was this excited for my first time doing anything, I didn't even really make it 3 minutes in. So I'm serious, high school was terrible for me. Like 2 minutes in, I got thrown in a trash can. It was just not good. I never understood like why they did that, you know, because there's all this garbage in there. Like, my mom's gonna be pissed when I get home. She just bought these clothes at Ross for me. True story. One time, these guys were chasing me around. It actually happened a lot, but I always used to pretend I was on like American Gladiators or something. Mostly because I was like 4'10". So like they were just normal size, but they were like gargantuan to me. And But like I didn't have any classes because I was a freshman and most of them were like seniors and stuff. So they usually just harassed me like in the hallways in between classes. And so it felt like a competition because everything, you only have like 3 to 4 minutes in between classes to get to your next class. So I was like getting ready to eat one class, like, all right, I just gotta survive the next 3 minutes and then I'm good for another hour. And like rock, Anyway, actually, I found out one of the kids' names one time, and so I told my mom, because she's cool, it's kind of scary though, she's kind of aggressive, and so it turns out like she knew the kid's mom through like PTA or like something like that, one of those things, and so that day, like, this is a true story, we drove to the kid's house. And like she like went up and like dragged me up the stairs, like knocked on the door, and the kid answered, and she pulled up their trash can and she threw him in the trash can, and I was like, whew. Actually that's a lie, but she did yell at him in front of his mom, which I think is sort of the equivalent, because I mean it worked out pretty well. I mean it must have did something. They left me alone for the rest of the week. It was pretty tight. The rest of the week. It was great. Anyway, I'm unemployed right now. Which is half the reason I decided to do this, because, it's like if I come up here and get booed off stage, it's not like my self-esteem can get any lower right now. So, how does this go? No, because like the way the economy is going right now, like the only job that I haven't got turned down for was like talking time. So it sucks, and so I'm living off unemployment right now. I don't know if you're all familiar with it. Probably, hopefully not. Hopefully you never have to get familiar with it. But basically, they give you like 50% of like what your old paycheck was, and so it's not like I was, making it with a whole lot of room to spare in the beginning, so like 50% is kind of tough. And I want to know how they came up with that number, Like, they're just kind of sitting around like, he probably spends half his paycheck on booze and porn anyway, so, they'll just give him half, like, I mean, I'll concede, like, maybe 25% was booze and porn, but still, like, I got bills to pay, I got Xbox Live, I got necessities. But the thing is like, when I'm unemployed is when I need that booze and porn the most. So I just wish they would understand that and maybe just give me a little bit more. Actually, the transition, like, I mean, I make it out to be like a terrible thing. Hasn't been as bad as, like, you know, I thought it was. And, you know, I guess I maybe make it out to be pretty bad. But it's kind of cool, you know, kind of staying at home. And it's not as bad because, like, you know, I eat McDonald's every day anyway. So, you know, it hasn't been that bad for me. Anyway, that was terrible, but that was all I have. So, the next guy is Roger. Roger.